Good Thursday morning, YouTubers. All you YouTubers. Update on what's going on. I'll make it short and sweet. I'm at my load in Plainfield, Indiana, and I am really glad I looked this place up on Google Maps because Jill would have sent me to the wrong location. It was heck. I can only imagine what the 8 o'clock that wasn't here at 8, it's now 8:41, is having fun trying to find this place. If it's even got booked, I don't know. I didn't see it on there, but I'm sure they gave it to a company driver because nobody else was bidding on it because it was such a low rate. So yesterday or night before, I had booked 2 loads. I decided I was going to work my way to Atlanta and then work my way home. And I was going to gross 12 or so off of that. So you got that minus fuel and whatever other costs were involved, and it was going to go to Savannah. The last one was a Savannah beer run that I've taken before, and I know those guys. It's funny because it'll say 2 hours, but I can get in there and out within 30 minutes. If you do it right and you know the people, you can work it. Anyway, so I had that booked, and unfortunately, the first one was a pickup in Indianapolis that was an hour and 15 minutes from my drop, which wasn't the problem in North Vernon at the Lowe's. So I was like, okay, I'll go get it. But I woke up that morning and the delivery time to the OC had changed from 11 a.m. to 3 o'clock this morning, Thursday morning. So I sent my BOA a message and said, if that's not going to work, it's not going to work for 3 a.m. You'll have to take me off of both of them if that's the case. And she said, she came back with the generic, well, that's the ETAI for yada, yada, yada. Okay, fine. But it wasn't some obscure number, because usually it'll come up with like an oddball number, not a quarter hour number, which is what this one did, I believe, if I remember correctly. Anyway, so I dropped my load at Lowe's 3 hours later and headed on down the road towards Indy. I got to the Loves about 45 minutes from there on, I think it's 74 or 70, whatever it is, and parked and checked again. The trailer was on the move, finally, but it wasn't going to be there till 3 p.m. or later. So I called her up. What's going on? Hang on, let me call them up. So what had happened was the guy went there. I'm sure it was a company driver. Guy went there with a bad trailer to a food distributor. Now, those of you that aren't in our business, or are in our business and haven't been doing it very long, or haven't went to a food place, if you're going any place, Kellogg's, Quaker, I don't know who all we go to, but if you're going any place that is a food distributor, and some of the paper companies are like this too, unless it's recycled paper. If you're going to any place that has anything to do with food, make sure your trailer is functional and clean. Don't be a lazy, oh, well, it was like that when I got it. Sorry, it doesn't matter. You're getting paid for that, regardless of you think you're not getting paid for that. So that's part of your job. It's not part of my job. Yes, it is. It is. I hate to tell you, but it is. I mean, it's a van. Come on. You're not climbing up there, throwing tarps and swinging straps. You're swinging doors. Get up off your lazy butt, climb up inside of there. If you need a step stool, go buy one of those. Get a broom, get an air blower, whatever, and sweep it out or blow it out. It's not that hard, and it actually gives you some exercise. You can burn like 1 calorie. I almost always sweep my trailers out, and it's so aggravating. Anyway, that's beside the point. So, of course, the trailer I picked up was just nasty. I had to, Lowe's likes to squeeze them into these holes that are like ridiculous, and it had a bad marker light on the left side, so I'll get to that in a minute. So I had stopped at Lowe's, and at Love's, and called her up And she gave me that response. And then she checked with the DBL and told me the story about the trailer being the wrong quality for whatever the food place was. So, and it wasn't going to be there, and that's why he was going to be late, and it wasn't going to be there till like 3 p.m. They were coming out of Michigan, even though it was on the move, and it looked like it would get there like 4 or 4:30 in the evening, which would make me late for the pickup on the beer run, which was supposed to be picked up at 1 p.m. on Friday, or I'm sorry, Thursday. So nothing was working on that load. And she was saying that it wasn't going to be there until that trailer wasn't going to be here till the morning. So unless that, which is a load, a pant load, unless that guy got there, I didn't care. I didn't want to be on it anymore anyway. It was only paying $770. So, I said, yeah, just take me off of both of them then. And I booked a load going from here in Plainfield to Midway, Georgia, which is about an hour from my house. So that's cost me $200. I don't know. I didn't crunch the numbers to make sure it was $200. It might be a hair less, but because I don't have to go through quite as mountainous a range, but I am going to spend $12 on toll because I'm cutting down through Kentucky instead of the other way, because I think it's less mountainous according to what I could see on the maps that it was showing me. A little less mountains, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, so I am getting loaded here. I should be done shortly. But that trailer was a mess. I tell you, so the bulb was out, right? On the trailers, on the side markers, in the middle, if it's there, it has to work. So I shoved it in the hole and left the hole empty, because I'm like, it would blink, but it wouldn't come on. And it was raining a little bit, so drive with your lights on in the rain, and I wasn't going to have any issues by some clowns that are out in force now. So I just drove straight to Indy, and then I went to swap it out. So I ripped it off and went inside and got a brand new one, and went outside to put it on, and that one didn't work either. And I'm like, okay. All right, well, I'm here all night because my trip doesn't pick up till 8:30 in the morning. So let's see what gives. And I bent down, I looked at the wire, and inside, the wire runs down the frame, and, you know, like in cars, it'll come through holes or whatever. So this one came through a hole that was about this big, but I don't know how many years it had been like that. I mean, this is a 13. So what is that? I think it's an 8.25-year-old trailer. So it was brought out in late 12 or something, whatever. Anyway, so all that time had rubbed raw. It had a casing too. You got 3 wires going to it. You got the blinker, the ground, and the parking. So the parking was rubbed raw, but you couldn't see it. So it looked like it had been replaced once before, or that was just the way it was made. I'm not sure, because it had the heat shrink on the wires and stuff. But further up, there was a thicker casing on all the wires, and it was yellow, kind of like the old yellow extension cords. And but as I pulled on it, I was looking up inside that hole as I pulled on it, because I was trying to figure out why it didn't work. And it had rubbed through the yellow casing and rubbed through the green wire. I think that's what color it was for the parking light. So I went in there and I told them, and they said, well, pull around to the express bay. And I pulled around in there, and I told him, I was like, I can fix it. He's like, well, you know, we want it fixed right. I'm like, are you insinuating I can't fix it right? Because you don't know me, buddy. It's all good though. I don't care. I would rather not have crawled up under there. And it sounds like I'm done. So that's about all I got to say. So y'all have a blessed day, and I'll update more later on.